Alrighty, and we should be good now. There we go. Yo, what is up, guys? How are y'all doing today? My name is Smashmaster124, and welcome back to the finale of the Let's Celebrate Records Final Moment series. Cause literally after today, starting next Monday, we are literally on the final week of Rec Room. That is right. In one more week, the game will be gone. So I figured for this final stream, of course, we are going to showcase all of the creations that I have made inside the game, which is a lot. And of course, as you see already, the dorm's already looking different. That's because this is one of the creations. Well, I technically didn't make it. My good friend Marshmallow made it for me, but it's still an ode to memories made here. So I figured, why not start a stream here? I'm checking stuff. Okay. So yeah, we're first gonna show off this dorm, of course. Show off the memories that I have made with it, and yeah. So of course, this is of course where I would start my streams, and of course we got a little plug here. Y'all should do this. If you haven't yet, why haven't you? Do it. And of course, over here was like a little award trophy thing. Excuse me. Hold up. Sorry, I was clearing my thread out a bit. Anyways, this is like a little award trophy thing, pretty much. We have the amazing pop figures. We have Amy Petals, Chi or Chihiro Fudosaki, and of course, me, Smash. Down here was a little trophy that Marshmallow made, because back then I was a part of a group called Joker's Corp, and we made little rooms, and we made a room for the folklore contest called Scargo Lake, which we actually will check that out this stream as well. Yeah, we didn't place anything, but we still got this cool award for, making it. And of course, we got these two beautiful play buttons. This one, I think, at the time was my YouTube subscriber count back then, because back then when this dorm was created, I didn't really have much of a following, so yeah, it's pretty small. But I did have more of a following inside of Rec Room, so that's my Rec Room number, because I used to work with PAL back then, so my subscribe count came from there. Here was, of course, the original Smash Productions logo. Not the one that's on my profile, but the original one. And then, of course, we got a little recording studio. Which, I believe this was my recording studio. I mean, it sort of is, actually. Because I do have this sort of chair. It's just not built like this, but I sort of do. I do have 3 monitors. But how my monitor setup is my PC case would be right here. We'd have my TV, which that's my main monitor. Over here would be like another monitor, but like flipped to the side. And then on top of it would be a third monitor. And then this would be more over on this side. So yeah, it's almost close to it. And then if we come up here, this is where you would normally spawn when you come to my dorm. You see, welcome to my dorm. And of course, all of the beautiful doors. So we will start from here and work our way down. So of course, over here we have this, beautiful cozy cabin room. Which this is sort of an inspiration to what Amy's winter cabin would have been, which we of course showed out as well. Which puts, this cozy fire pit, cozy bed, TV and whatnot, all very cozy. And then, of course, we come over to Amy's room. We have, of course, everything that represents Amy. We, of course, have her beautiful pop figure, very blue room. We, of course, have Adelaide, which this, if I remember, was made by Nezuko. Nezuko, which... let me pull up his profile real quick. Nezuko. There we go. Yeah. It won't show up, but yeah, this dude right here, he made that outline. And then we got some also different Amy outlines that was made by Marsh. This little Amy drawing was made by a friend named Clay. This one was made by Serena. And this one was made by, at the time, Brett. I think her goes by Deerbean, I think. And of course, the play button and the beautiful PC setup. And then, of course, over here we have a representation of Smash's room, which, we got play button. There's supposed to be a pillar here, but when I spawned this doorman, it didn't really spawn there, so I have no clue. We have me and Con Swirl, which that was made by Deerbean. And of course, same setup, but, red. Now, this one is very special to me, because this is the memory shrine, which is pretty much a memory of all the people that have mattered to me the most in my life. Which doesn't mean I say everyone matters to me, but these are the ones that I've had the closest connection to when this dorm was made. Which, of course, we got, at the time they were Elaine, but y'all know him as Toby. We have Bubbles, which, that's not their current name, they go by a different name, which, if they pop up in the stream at some point, I'll say that's who that is, if they do it. We have Amy Petals and Chloe, which was a good friend of Amy's, of course. Here's me and Marshmallow, very lovely. Oh dear, yeah, the room's kind of cramped, so y'all gotta be careful with that right there. Yeah, me and another friend that I met through someone named Turtle. Her name was Taryn. Of course, we got, y'all remember this, me and Kawaii Dev. There's me and Consor again. And then me and Yoake, a good friend of mine, and someone that one of my other friends dated. And of course, we got more pictures of all my friends, which, I'll be real, but I'm bringing my camera out. I'm gonna be real, when I first spawned the Storms get back in, bruh, I got hit with the biggest realization of, man, I'm gonna miss this game so much. Because at the time, I, was gonna miss this course, I still am, but I wasn't as upset. But now, the more I look at this room, the more I realize that I'm definitely gonna miss this game when it goes away. Because let me go over here so I can speak. I've been playing this game for 6 years. 6 years of my whole life have been spent in Rec Room. And bro, I've made so many good memories, so many amazing friends. And I can definitely say this game has also helped me improve my speaking skills, because back then I wasn't the very much social person that I am now. Like, I'd be very chill, very quiet, I'd rarely speak. But thanks to this game, Rec Room, and of course being more active on YouTube, I've kind of gotten more, sociable, put myself more out there and whatnot. This game has definitely helped me out a lot, because I started this game back in the peak days of COVID. Very wonderful. We couldn't really go outside. The games like these would be popping up, and it's kind of sad to see this game go, but I still have other games. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna miss this game a lot. So, we are now going to start off our tour, of course, and I figure since we just talked about this, let's start our tour over at Scargo Lake. Scargo Lake. Oh, whoop, hold up. I forgot a letter. There we go. Scargo Lake, let's do it. Let's see. Is there anybody in the chat? No, there's not. Okay. Just making sure, Yeah, like I said, this stream is going to be checking out everything that I've either built myself or had stuff built for me, or, of course, I've contributed in. Once this room does load, of course, because this is a more older room, so wouldn't be surprised if this takes forever to load, of course. This is... Because, it probably will take a while. Who knows? I'm kind of just watching the stream through my PC. Don't mind me.
Echo. Scargo Lake. If you want to start the story, go ahead and go through that door on the dock. The max is 4 people, and don't forget to party up. This is more of a mini story experience, so don't worry about tiring your non-existing legs. Thanks for joining, and enjoy the story.
So yeah, this room was originally made for the folklore contest, and fun fact about this room, it's actually based off a real place in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So everything that is being going to be told here was actually a real place. So with that in mind, let's begin the story. I remember when I got to saw this room in person for the first time, I was amazed by all the stuff. Like, the team did a very good job with this room. We just gotta give it a bit, of course. Give it a bit for it to load. You know, do a little dance. Let me see. I'm just watching it, you know, doing this, and then watching it for the stream. Oh my goodness. Things you gotta do to entertain yourself while you're waiting for this to load, you know? There we go. Alrighty. Well, without further ado, let's begin. And don't worry, chat. All of this music is copyright free because our producer Crispy Chris made this. So all the music was made by him. Beautiful logo. And don't worry, we'll get to this part here soon. And then, you know, just give it a bit. You know, very slow animation if you ask me. At least I think. Can't check. Is the trigger volume even active? Oh, there we go. I don't know if it got activated or not. Also, hold up. Give me one quick. I need to check some things. See what's important. No. Okay. So, let's continue.
Hi there. Ready to hear the story of Scargo Lake? Great. Go ahead and walk over to the beam of light by the fence to begin.
Let's begin.
Beautiful view, right? This is an actual place you can visit in Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
That never happened. Would have been cool though.
Before I start, I advise you to look down at the lake while I speak. You'll see. This lake was actually named after a beautiful Native American princess named Princess Scargo. She once knew this young warrior that she loved dearly, but unfortunately, he went off to war. He left some fish in a pumpkin for her as a remembrance of him. This fish soon grew too big to stay in the pumpkin, so the princess ordered the women of the village to dig out a lake in a fish shape. And so they did. Soon after the lake was dug, all but one fish died. The princess thought of this as a sign that her dear warrior would not return. She cried and she cried. Some say that this is how the lake killed her mother. But between you and me, I think that they were just being overdramatic. Anyways, there is more to this place than the lake. There's also Scargo Tower. Go ahead and walk up to the tower for me to continue and to see an even better view.
Alright, so we can either take that or climb, which we're going to take the immersive route and we're going to climb the tower. And here we are. You know, very beautiful.
Well, it's just a higher view, but it still looks nice, right? This is Scargo Tower, an old watchtower. There have been many variations of this tower, but they've been burned down and rebuilt to a better material, which is actually still standing to this day. This tower is actually 30 foot tall, which is pretty cool, am I right? There's not that much info on the tower, but there is more I can tell you about the lake. Let's take a step back, shall we?
And off we go. Yo, Toby, what up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Which, by the way, Toby, if you do want to join at any time, just send a message in chat and I'll bring you in. Then you come along for the journey.
Princess Beach, or what Scargo Lake used to be. At least that's what some say.
Yes, Princess Lake. You know, or Princess Beach, sorry. Very beautiful.
Now, I'm not so sure if this is entirely true, but hey, at least I'm getting paid. Anyways, the woman dug up Princess Beach to create Scargo Lake, and accidentally Scargo Hill out of the dirt they dug, which is the hill Scargo Tower is on top of, by the way.
That?
Well, there's not that much more that I have to say, so roll the credits.
Look at those beautiful credits. Gargo.
Just kidding. There's still a little bit more that I need to tell you, of course. Off we go.
Off we go. You know, very funny there. And time to finish up the story.
This is the dock. There isn't anything interesting about this, but I do have more info on the lake. In 1971, a strange metallic object crashed into the lake. Out of
I'm assuming
nowhere.
that thing.
Many people tried to retrieve this object out of the lake, but at the time it was very cold, and so they gave up, of course.
I mean, it is Massachusetts, what do you expect?
I know I would, you know. Some have heard screaming and the playing of a distant flute. Maybe if we listen closely, we can hear something.
Okay, let's listen, chat. Nope, I guess not.
Nope, nothing.
Yeah,
I guess
what
we
she
were
said.
just being overdramatic. Anyways, this is the end. But before we roll the actual credits, it's quiz time.
That's my favorite part.
Are you ready to hear some questions about the story I just told you?
I'll explain more about why here's when the story ends.
Again. You should have seen your face. Hilarious. Sorry about that. The narrator's gotta make their jokes once in a while, am I right? Anyways, hope you enjoyed this mini story experience. Make
Rock
sure to
moved.
share, favorite, and invite your friends to the room. Also, keep a lookout for a secret in the credits. Farewell.
Whoa, no way. Good credits, no way. Understandable, Toby. It's fine, you can still try and chat. I'm pretty much just gonna be vibing myself anyways. Yeah, the wonderful people who, of course, made this room is, of course, Chris. He made all the music in here. We have, of course, Spark. I forgot what his... Oh, no, here it is. Oh, shit. I didn't mean that. Where'd it take me? I didn't touch it.
Echo.
Coming back to the beginning.
Echo.
There's a way to go back,
Oh,
right?
Hello. Welcome to Scargo Lake. If you want to start...
I think this is where I need to go, right? Is this the correct spot? No, it's not.
Hi there. Ready to hear the story of Spargo Lake? Great. Go ahead and walk over to the finish line by the fence to begin.
Alright, here, let's try speed run this.
You, right? This is an actual place you can visit in case
We're gonna try speed run this. I didn't mean to touch it though. I didn't do it.
Before I stop, I advise you to look down at the lake while I speak. You'll see. This lake was actually named after...
Oh, there we go. Figure I can just trigger it by flying up. We're probably gonna do that.
This is Prince...
Yeah, we're just gonna keep flying up. I forgot that's a thing I have. The wonderful powers I have. Anyways.
This...
Easy speed run. Speed run the game 101. Okay. So we're not gonna touch anything and we're just gonna... Wait, is that a click thing? No, it's a touch thing. Okay, we're not gonna touch it yet. Yeah, these are the beautiful people who made it. Marshmallow, of course. Chris made the music. Spark helped build. Void helped build. Then me, where my noodles at, and of course me helped with it because I helped with the trailer of this room. So yeah. And there's also another little cool thing up here at the tower. So let's climb up here real quick. Oh shoot. Yeah, this thing right here was the little special thing for you know, that. Also this. That's the little special thing for the credits. Which I forgot what it was. I think it might have just been like free food or something. I think that's what Marsh put in that room. I don't quite remember. It's been who knows how long. Oh. I think I finally realized what that warning was. It was saying that my hand died. So that's one. If we have this stream on screen, that'll probably be fine. But yeah, as y'all can see, I kind of got only one hand, so yeah. Yeah, it was just free gifts. Can we claim anything? No. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. So yeah. We kind of have to do it with just a hand. Actually, hold up. Let me see if I try to plug it in. Will it stay? No, we're not, but we'll put on charge for now. And then we'll just switch to teleport, of course. Oh, never mind. It's back. But I guess we can still use it while charging. And I know that. And then before we go on to the next room of creation, we are going to check out the Pix room. You know, very wonderful. You see all the photo ops. Yeah, this is where you go, you know, get your photo taken or whatnot, you know, very wonderful. I've had a couple pictures taken here. And yeah, here's the actual award that I was talking about. You know, very beautiful and wonderful. Anyways, again, this was Gargoyle Lake by Marshmallow VR. You know, very wonderful friend of mine. But yeah. There's another room that we worked on that, again, I didn't really help much on, but it was part of my group, so we'll still visit it. It is, of course, where is it? Hopefully she still has it published. She might have taken it down. I think she took it down. I don't know. Let's see. Alright, we'll check out the OG Smash Productions. We'll check that out to show y'all where it all began with Smash Productions, of course. Because this was the origins of my group, of course. You know, they're all beautiful and whatnot. We, of course, had the most recent rooms at the time, which, of course, Turtle Summer and Amy's Winter Cabin. We'll check those out in a bit. Yeah, it must have gotten taken down since it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I already did a bit tour for this, but of course we're still gonna go tour it. We're gonna show off every bit of each room. Yeah, Toby was there when the Smash Production was first came up. He was one of the OGs. One of the OG papes. I must make sure stuff looks good. Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to Amy's Pop
Yeah.
Museum. This is where we
Hold up.
showcase all of the pop figures
Hold
that
up.
we have made. If there's an invention button, that means you can go down it right now. If not, that means you can only view them in the museum. So be
Okay,
sure
so
to check
it
out
was
Game
in
Swap to see
ambience.
we made a new pop figure.
I had to pause that because that music at the time I thought was not copyright, but now that I know the origin of the songs, yeah, we're gonna have to keep it on mute. Keep it on the DL. Yeah, it gives back so many memories. But yeah, this is the Amy's Pop Museum, like Amy was saying, even though I interrupted her. This is where all of the pop figures I've made, which, as you see, my building style was definitely interesting, I'll say that. We had the community team, which, I'm being real, none of these guys work here anymore. Or I said to anyone because the game's shut down. We got the RecTubers, of course. We got Sarah1, Zyphenix, Malphia, Oreo VR, BVR, Atlas, Corbin, Mav, Tidal Wave, and Soulfox. I'm surprised I even remember that myself. We, of course, got the Doki Girls. We got Sayori, Natsuki, Monica, and Yuri. We, of course, got some Danganronpa people. We got Makoto, Kyoko, Sayaka, Toko, Aoi, Celeste, and Leon. We, of course, got more. We got Ibuki, Sonia, Chiaki, and Pekka, which these you'll see coming up soon once you complete the first game. These are from previous games as well. More previous third games. We got some of the Pow Jam members from when I worked Pow Jam. We got Jibluna, Rico, Panda, and Alexa. We, of course, have, again, some close friends of mine. You saw these in my dorm. We got more RecTubers. We got Gecko, Crafter, Energetic Roof, Chubbier Snail, Therapeutic, V-Clutch, Slat, V-Bunny, Pow, and Loopy Ladylegs, if I remember correctly. We got some birthday pops. We got Barachi birthday. We got Marshmallow birthday and Sarah birthday. We, of course, got more Pow Jam members. We got Freckleberry. That's Barachi. That's Barachi. We got. Oh no, this is just request. That's Nanami's outfit. Tim Duncan and Green Thunder. I think. Maybe wrong. I don't remember. We got Goody Ghost, Grey Turtle, Crispy Cat. We got Rico again, Hoey, Ryan. These are the Joker Corps people. We got Spark, me, Chris, and Marsh. And then a bunch of these people, besides Cray, I remember that. All these other people, I kind of don't remember. They're like old people. We got me. We got Toby. We got Taryn. I think that was someone else. Yeah, it's hard to remember. We got Quiet Dev and Nope. We got some old friends. And then we got D-Nice and someone else. I don't remember their names. We got these things I made at Pal Bill Jams. And then again, some more friends with, of course, Grimecraft, Virtual DJ. Yes, that one over there was cray. How I remember that, I don't know. It's just something unique. Yeah, again, these were the good old times. We do not need to save. Yeah, I definitely remember having a lot of good memories making those pop figures for all my friends and people I've met. And then, of course, we'll come over here to the commission center, which we'll give it a bit to load.
If you like one of these beautiful things made just for you, you've come to the right place. Just go to the board behind me to see pricing and details of how you can get either a pop figure, Neon Island, or Dorm Skin personalized just for you.
Yeah, at the time, I would also do commission because, you know, gotta make the money somehow. So, of course, we got some pop figures I've made, you know. There's Marsh. Beautiful. We got some neon outlines. We got some dorm skins, which y'all remember this. This is the Cozy Winter Cabin dorm, you know, very wonderful. We, of course, got a little Christmas themed dorm, you know, very simple, very wonderful. And then, of course, we got the prices or whatnot. I was pretty cheap at the time because, again, I was just starting out, so I just wanted to get my name out there somehow. I wasn't really asking for much at the time, but it was still something, you know? Now it's gotta wait again for it to load up. Give it, you know, 500 million years or so for it to load up. I don't know. This is something around that. So, the weather, am I right, Toby? Or whoever else is here. Even according to weather outside, I can hear thunder now, so yeah. Here's that. Okay, now it's loading. And of course, we'll come over to the warehouse. We'll go check that out. Wait for that to load up. And get ready to get ear raped.
Hello and welcome to Cheese Warehouse. This is where we showcase everything that we've made, whether it be neon outlines or dorm skins. So if you want to go look at the neon outlines, just go over there. Dorm skins will be over there. And go behind me to see how you can get one of these made just for you.
Gosh, just still hear my quest mic. Gosh, it's so cringy. But yeah, we got some more dorm skins I've made. We've got all of the outlines, neon outlines, what I've made. And then, of course, all that. All those goody goods. It was hot today. Understandable. It was sort of like that. It was more like warm outside. More like warm more than anything. Yeah, this was the place where it all started, where all my creations came to life. And of course, I featured people like Joker's Corp. We featured Marsh, which we'll play her thing, because why not?
What's up? My name is Marshmallow, and I am a somewhat small builder inside of Rec Room. I like to voice act and, you know, joke around and also help out the community any way I can. And I do projects a lot.
Yeah, if somebody want to know about her, she does projects a lot. Which, funny thing about that, she didn't realize at the time that Hotars had a time limit. So when she saw that it was getting close to ending, she had to hurry up her speech just so she could get it fit in all time. That was hilarious. But yeah, the next room we of course check out is, well, let's start with the, you know, event studio. Right, you know, host my events and whatnot. We'll start there. Which I'm quickly gonna put myself to private so no one else can join. Do. It is very thundering out there. I can hear it. Good lord. Yeah, again, this is of course the event studio. Let me have Smash talk it out.
Hello and welcome to Smash Productions Event Studio. If you're here for one of our shows, then make sure to get seated and we will get started very soon. If not, make sure to explore our studio, maybe purchase some stuff while you're here and to help us support for future projects.
Okay, so at least that mic was a little better because I was still on Quest 2 at the time, but I was using on PC VR. So at least a little bit better. Yeah, we of course had, if people want to support me, they could buy all these beautiful stuff. They're wonderful. You also had a donation board over here, of course, which doesn't seem to want to work, but it's whatever. We of course had also custom shirts, because, we made some custom shirts. And of course, this is a stage where, I come up here, have a guest here, and be like, whoa, what up, guys? I'm here with such and so. And then we'd talk it out, and then people would sit over here, we'd see all the audience talk here. And whoever came up at the time, they'd be up here, they'd take the camera, put it here, there, all the good places. We had the share screen, which, is that still a thing? Is that linked up? No, it's gone. At the time, we'd use it, but now it's kind of broken. Yeah. And of course, here at the beginning as well, I'm trying not to interrupt Smash. We had the featured rooms, Total Summer, Aim for the Cabins, Smash Bros. V2, and a project that I was hoping to get started in Rec Room, but kind of never did happen. But, oh well. Yeah, while we're here, we'll start with Turtle Summer and go from there. Let's wait for it to load. Which, give it a bit. Alright, so this music I actually turned back up. Also, don't mind the skybox. I was messing with it last night, so yeah, that's why it's like that. Anyways, yeah, the only reason I'm doing that, the music was made by him, so yeah. Yeah, this was made for me and Kawai's first year anniversary when we were together. Which I was very proud of this room when it came out. Because Mars definitely did an amazing job in this room. Especially this one right here. This is an ode to me and Kawai. This was my favorite ice cream, mint. And of course, Kawai was cookies and cream. We have a little campfire with Don't Stand on the Turtle. And of course, we got some fireworks, which, if we do it, then break our neck. Yeah, fireworks. I don't know why he did that, but yeah. I don't know, did these do anything? No, I thought they did something. And then we, of course, like I said, we got all of these beautiful stuff up. Oh dear. Okay, so I may have to switch to screen for these next ones, so yeah, I think I might switch to screen for these. So chat, oh dear, I'm running away. Chat, give me one quick second, I'll be right back. There we go. Ah, my mic broke again. Wonderful. Anyways, here we are on screen mode. Cause my hand dive didn't. Bro, my mic is tweaking. Alright, hold up 1 second wide. Put my controllers on charge. Okay, there we go. My controllers are now on charge, so there we go. Okay, so let's go back to Turtle Summer and we'll continue the tour from there. And y'all can also see the loading screens that people had, so you know, this is what it was for Turtle Summer. You know, very wonderful, wonderful. If it wants to load, of course. There we go. So yeah, back to where we were. You know, we had all the stuff people could buy, support the room. We of course had some candy. We have legal reasons I cannot touch that. We had a hot air balloon that Marsh wanted to get working, but as you can see, yeah, it doesn't work. And then over here, we have the ship island, which I'll give it a bit for it to, you know, come over here. Yeah, we're on the ship, guys. And we kind of just walk out. Yeah, as you can see, we had this beautiful ring here, and we also had a beautiful fireworks show, which let's run that. Yes, very W fireworks show. But yeah, another also beautiful thing that Marshmallow did for me and Kawaii is normally past here you can't walk through, but for me and Kawaii we were able to walk through. And of course we go inside. Y'all have seen this for many of times, of course. But we have a little apartment that Marsh made for us. Of course, as you can see, it has a bunch of beautiful memories of me and Kawaii. We of course got our pop figures, a bunch of beautiful photos, artwork, and just overall a bunch of other stuff. And of course, yeah. Yeah, when I saw this, I was so happy that I had something for me and Kawaii. Which, of course, we turned into our little spawn home. Yeah, moving swiftly along, we'll go to Amy's winter cabin and go on to that room. Which again, at the time when this room came out, I couldn't play the music, but now I can play the music because, of course, it was made by Chris himself. A very wonderful music guy. Which again, does look like this normally, but again, I was messing around with it because I'm in the process of bringing these rooms into a different game, which a video will be coming out on that shortly of where all my creators are going. We of course got who made this beautiful stuff. We have all this. We have the beautiful cabin. Very wonderful. We also have a little doll hut where you can collect the dolls. We had a little ice skating rink, which actually worked. Circuits aren't really that hard actually to do. All it is literally just... wow, so cool. We had the fireplace where you could chill with Amy, or if you had the password, you could put it in. We had a little snowball fight area where you could pick up a snowball and then yay! Can I do the glitch on a screen? No, I cannot. There's a glitch where if you threw it on the ground, you can make it invisible. Yeah, this room was of course made for Amy and know more about Amy and whatnot. You know, very beautiful. Yeah, and then we're gonna come here and sort by oldest. We're gonna go to the OG me. This was before Toby met me. This was when I first started Rec Room. This work? No, I don't think you work. Hold up. Oh, hold up. Oh. W Holotar does not want to work. It probably will work later. Yeah, this was a little clubhouse that I made because, again, at the time, I mainly got my PS4 mainly for the Danganronpa series. So of course, I found a bunch of Danganronpa themed inventions. I, of course, put them in this room right here. You know, very wonderful.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Dong and Meetup room. This is a room where you and a bunch of our Danganronpa fans can come to this room, chill out, have a fun time, play with some costumes, do some art, do all the fun stuff. Have fun and hope you have a good day.
Yeah, you know. Up. And the game crashed. What a wonderful sight. I love to see it stream. You know, very wonderful. Yeah, Rec Rooms has been getting a lot weirder on me recently, all because of the shutdown. Yeah, yippee. I agree, Toby. There we go. We're gonna load back in. Yeah, that room was pretty much just to showcase all of the stuff of me being a Danganronpa lover back then. So yeah, we will now proceed on to back here. And then let's see, what's another room I can showcase off? I could show these, but I know there's not much in them. I will showcase this off. Because even though currently it's not what it used to be. Yeah, because as you see here, it's still showing off the 500 subs because we went in this room when we hit 500 subs and whatnot. But this is a room where, of course, just the birthday templates, but You know, I held parties here for friends I did have. And you know, we'd be here, chill, have a fun time, all that cool jazz. You know, very, very W. Okay, this I can show off, because it's pretty much a more another version of the Amy's Pop Museum. But this is way before Smash Productions came out.
These are all of the pop figures that I've made. If there's a button above them, then you can download them right now. If there isn't a button, they're either private and you can only view them here, or they're in development, so make sure to keep coming back to this room to see if there's any new pop figures.
Yeah, this is a more like simpler version of the Pop Museum, but you know, yeah, kind of, you know, not fancy, if that makes sense. Door by Oldest again. Let's see. See, what else can I show off? Oh yeah, this I didn't help in, but I was a part of the team that did it, or the friend group that made this. This was a little birthday room that we made for our friend Great Turtle. It spawned me over here for some reason, but yeah. Yeah, we made like a little puzzle room for him. So here, let's do it. Tails has spoken of an ancient cave called Turtle Cave. Legends say that in that cave, there's a pond of water that's strong enough to control every player's account and room stats. And the water tastes good. But it's guarded. Yeah, the people who made this, they were very young, so they didn't know much spelling. Guarded with a bunch of traps and trivia questions. Which this one specifically, you had to, you know, find a button. You'd be like, oh, where's the button? I can't find it. Little did they know, the button's right there. And then this one, you know, how many types of turtles are there? Which... Oh, that wasn't it? Oh. You know, hold up. We're totally not gonna cheat or anything, you know? It would have been that, and you see the door's already open, so yeah. And then this one was, of course, a little parkour, which, you know, hop it around, woo! And then we, of course, go inside the water.
Jump.
And yeah, we had that. That was recorded by Rico. And then, of course, we had this, which you had to shoot the button. Of course, find out the crystals, and you see they're already there, so we're kind of just gonna go all the way through. Then we make it to the Turtle Cave, which, you know, you have to crawl down. It used to be way faster to crawl, but yeah. And then we come here. Happy birthday, Turtle. And of course, all of the memories that Turtle had with all of his friends. You know, very wonderful. Very wonderful memories for sure. And then moving swiftly along. Let's see. We'll show off this room because I had some good memories in here as well. So let's come here. So again, I didn't really help make this, but I helped with the circuits in this room a bit. And this is pretty much the Turtle Show. This is pretty much Turtle's version of the SP podcast or the interviews I did. Huh. Interesting that all the hall tours are down here. And yeah, this was the dorm kicker. Which, you know, if we had any troublemakers, we just, you know, go around here, you know, shoot them and whatnot. And then up here was like a little control panel room where, you know, we, you know, bring this stuff up. And then, you know, disco party. Yeah, this is where, you know, Turtle would be on stage, you know, be like, yo, what up, guys? Welcome to Turtle Show. We're gonna have a great time. And if you had to guess, he'd be like, you know, we have such over here. So, like I said, basically pretty much what I did, but, you know, he kind of did it before me, so, yeah. And then, let's see. What else can I showcase? Yeah, all these rooms are kind of just, you know, boring. Alright, Toby. You rest well. I don't know that word specifically, but I'm not gonna question really. Okay, this I can get show off, cause actually no. I'll pretty much explain what this is. This is pretty much my friend Jeannie, they were doing the video contest and they needed actors and I came to help out. While we didn't win, of course, you know, I still helped out. And you know, very wonderful. We are show off that. I can't show off Amy's birthday room. I'll show that off to y'all. That's copyright music, can't have that. But yeah, again, this is the little birthday room I made for my beloved child, Amy Petals. You know, deck it up for her with all that stuff, all the beautiful stuff. Can you climb? Oh, you can't climb. But yeah, I had all of the memories that Amy ever had with all of her beautiful friends and whatnot. You know, very wonderful times. Let's come back over to here. Yeah, very wonderful memories in here, of course. And then none of that's anything new. I can showcase this off because I know what this is. So back then, for when I knew Sarah 81, me and a bunch of her friends that she knew wanted to make a little clubhouse for her community. So of course, people would of course come over here. There'd be a bunch of references to Sarah, whatnot, all beautiful stuff that would have looked cool if it got finished, but kind of never did. Kind of just been, you know, scrapped and whatnot. Would have been cool, of course, if it got released, but yeah. Nothing really came of it. I can showcase it off. This was a little, if it will, of course, this was a little game or room I made for if I ever had some friends over who want to know about Rec Room. I was gonna make this room for them, which again would be wonderful if it wants to load. By the way, that's what it originally was gonna be, but again, never came to be. Bro, this take forever. I'm just trying to view the room, dog. Let me in. Taking forever. I gotta go back to my dorm. So I gotta I think I gotta reset it. This is so dumb that it's taking forever for this to do a thing. I'm trying to stream, man. We're running pretty much an hour in, but that's fine because, like I said, this stream is mainly just to showcase all my creations. So if it's longer than what I normally stream at, then cool. And now this loads in. Gotta give a bit, of course, to load in. And like I said, it's been very buggy for me on PC, so yeah. Again, it's whatever. It is whatever. Okay. Let's try this again. Hold this. Let's go find the room. Here we go. And we'll start where it all began.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to Rec Room. Now, before you're right into action, not knowing what you're doing, let's check out this tutorial. So, party up with a friend, go to the door behind you, and come check out this tutorial and meet a bunch of creators created for you.
Yeah, this is gonna be a little like, you know, little tutorial room where I got a bunch of I would get a bunch of my friends and teach them all the story about Rec Room. Which I'll talk about where this inspiration came from when we're done. So of course we got all of these beautiful things. Let's start here.
Rec Room is a free-to-play game that's available on PC, Oculus, PlayStation, Xbox, Android, and iOS. So no matter what device you're on, you'll always have a fun time.
Which will again become a lot more platforms afterwards.
The game has been out for 5 years, and man, there's been so many amazing things released.
Yes, there has.
When it comes to all the Rec Room originals, the custom rooms, it's always hard to decide which game I want to play when I log on.
So let's start our journey in one of the first ever made games in Rec Room. So grab that gun behind you and let's go shoot some paint.
Which, yeah, it takes a bit. But yeah, the gun does actually take you to the next subroom. Which I forgot. There's subroom text in here? I forgot. Oh yeah, there is.
Welcome to Paintball, one of the first games Rec Room made where you can shoot people with paint, of course, because, you know, this game is targeted towards a younger audience after all.
Oh, I'm definitely sending that to Pedro. Oh boy, he sounded so young back then. Did this have anything? No, it did not. Which, we'll just move on to the next subroom for here, which would be laser tag. Which we do have at least one voice clip in here that I'm able to show. Which would of course be right over here.
Along with shooting your friends with lasers, each team will have robots that will aid your team and can damage you if you see a bot that isn't your team color. So make sure to be careful with the other team's robots and shoot them away to score some extra points.
Yes. A lot of my friends sounded so young back then. And in this one specifically, I was going to get POW to do, but again, this room never came to finish, so yeah. And then, of course, 2 whole years made by Carthage was the original inspiration for this room. But again, never saw the light of day, so it's getting scrapped along with everything else in the game. Which, let me scroll down. Let's see what else I can showcase off. Oh yeah, I'll show you this as well, because we also made a little birthday surprise room for Sarah. Way long ago. Which we'll show off once it does load up, of course. I've got to give it like 5 to 10 business days of sorts for it, you know, do anything. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but yeah. Hopefully I don't have to restart my game again, because I kind of don't want to. Okay, we don't. Good. I was like, I don't want to restart my game again. Even though it's still taking forever. Come on, man. Come on, chat. Need to get this done. This is taking forever. Okay, now let's make more progress. There we go. Yeah, this is the room we made for Sarah, of course. For her. I'm not good at Roman numerals, but yeah, actually, I'll Google it out real quick. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we have this. Which at the time we had the pop figure, and then, oh, hold up. We had this, and then the third birthday present was her dorm skin, which we all showed that off. Yeah, I see, 26th birthday. We also had this for her, which that was for Sarah, because again, she needed it. And of course, there's this bunch of stuff from her community made this. And we all had a fun time with this. Browser's first shutdown? No way. Okay, now let's find the next room I can showcase off. Let's see. What is the next room I can showcase off? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I made, whether it's just copies or whatnot. And then, yeah. This I can show off because this was another room that I'd used to use for streams. Which we'll wait for that to load up. When it does load up, of course. You know. Gotta give it a bit, because, you know, it takes forever for anything to load these days, you know. Very wonderful times. My mic is still picking up in OBS, right? Yes, it is. I don't know if it was or not. Never know these days. Alright, there we go. Yeah, this is where I used to start the streams, you know. It started on this screen, and then I'd probably be like, yo, what up guys, how y'all doing? I'm Smashmaster, welcome to the stream. I didn't even know. But actually go from here to there, but yeah. And of course we had some other rooms, which we had the interview room, build battle, co-op build battle, and then all of these other beautiful rooms. You know, very wonderful. Which these don't really need to be shown off, but we can show off rooms like this. I'll show this room off. I've shown it off way long ago on a stream, but I'll show it off again. For anyone who hasn't seen it before, all my new viewers. Which again, if it loads of course, because it is taking forever. Come on, man, I just want to get in. Please, Speed, I need this. Please, Speed, let me in. Let me in, Speed. Speed, please. Speed, let me in. There we go. You just gotta say it enough times and then eventually the game will let you in. Yeah, this is pretty much just a way bigger version of Smash Productions one now, where it shows off all the stuff that I have made and whatnot. So of course we got I think this is the subroom that we were just in, if I remember, or is this a different subroom? Oh no, this is a different side room. Yeah, we have all the beautiful pop figures that I've made, all laid out on a table. Very beautiful. We have outlines, which will come over here. Which again, this actual warehouse was made by me. I found it on a copy of a room, so yeah. We got all the outlines either made by me or friends, mainly me. You know, very beautiful. Got all of these beautiful rooms. Very wonderful. Yeah, fan creations we are in there. Fan creations 2 we were not in, so we'll go over there. Which you see a bunch of stuff made by, you know, friends of mine, you know, very beautiful art pieces and whatnot, you know. Very wonderful. Let's come over to fan creations number 3. Which, again, you can just tell by the title. A lot more stuff made by friends of mine. You know, all very beautiful stuff. Yeah, this is more of a little personal room to showcase all the stuff that I've made, people made for me, you know, all the beautiful stuff. And first we went to, we already showed off that room. Make sure I'm not missing any rooms on the way down. We showed off the event studio. That doesn't really have much to show. I'm trying to think. Where do we start? We'll start here. Of course, y'all have seen this many of times, but I will still showcase it off. Or, of course, when it wants to load. You know, it's gonna take a while before it loads, of course. No, the game sucks. Takes 500 million years just to load. How trash it is. Let me check some. Give me one quick second, chat. There we go. I was just bringing my phone closer to me. So I also have something to scroll while I'm waiting. What do you mean it failed? Incorrect. Incorrect is what I say. Yeah, again, this is a room I've showed many times. This is the upgraded version of the Smash Productions room. Which, if I do learn Unity, I might make Smash Productions V3 in VR chat or any other game. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Maybe wherever I go to will process better than what it currently is right now. Because it is terrible at processing. Like, good lord. Doesn't want to let me in. Come on, chat. Let me in. Oh, nope. Chat, let me in. Please, Pete, I need this. This is taking forever. I'm probably gonna have to do another game reset. Because as you see, this is taking forever to do anything. It don't want a game. Come on, Speed, I need this. Alright. Do you want to work this time? An error card? What do you mean an error card? No. No, that's wrong. See? I get perfectly fine. The game sucks. As you can see, because nothing wants to freaking load. Please, Spade. Spade, please. I think I might know the reason. Hold up. Let me check something real quick, chat. Hello, Kitty GD. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Give me one quick second. I'm currently trying to configure some stuff right now. Currently right now, I am just exploring all the memories in, I've made, so I'm currently not doing any game-related stuff. And I will say this, these next couple streams, I also won't be doing any game-related stuff. It'll mainly just me talking to y'all before the game shuts down in a week. Yeah, mainly it'll just be chit-chat time until shutdown, of course. Okay, so I think what I did might have fixed it. We're gonna, you know, hope and pray. Hope and pray what I did actually fixed it. I mean, yeah, but it doesn't mean I won't stop making content. I just, of course, won't make any content here in Rec Room once it shuts down, of course. But, yeah. Okay. Take 2. Now it should do a little bit better now that I did some tweaking to it. Yeah, again, y'all have seen this many of times, where this is the upgraded version of Smash Productions, Smash Productions V2, where we got all of that. We of course got people.
Yo, what is up guys? My name is Smashmaster1234, and I'm the founder of Smash Productions. I'm pretty much the project leader, so I pretty much help bring ideas, and I help with sometimes circuits, sometimes minor build, and I'm just here just to help people out and have a good time.
Yo, I know that dude. What's got Marshmallow?
What's good, guys? My name is Marshmallow, and I am the co-founder of Smash Productions. I do most of the builds you see here, for example, this room. I do art occasionally, and I help out with streams.
Very lovely. And of course we got...
Hi, my name is Kawaii Dev, and I'm also one of the builders for Smash Productions, and I'm here if anyone else needs support.
Very lovely. And then of course got all the beautiful rooms that, of course, made by Smash Productions. We got Amesford Cabin, Turtle Summer, Event Studio, Scargo Lake, Winter Sleep, Petal Palace, which we also try off, and Petal City. Some more recent rooms. And then of course got all of these rooms, which we'll check out. But first, let's start off with Live Recording Studio. One of the most easiest rooms to speedrun, you know? Of course, in the title, it's just Recording Studio, which this way here, chat, will be where it will all end. So of course, I'll of course be here. Well, of course, we'll have that first, and the stream cam will be here. Then of course, when the stream starts, I'll put that away, be here, and then this is where I'll be, this exact location. Of course, chair will be here, but yeah. This room will be the final room that I spend my last hours in. Yeah, let's come over here, and then we'll start with Amy's Pop Museum. I'll give it a bit for it to load. Hello and welcome to Amy's Pop Museum. This is pretty much a place where I've made all my pop figures in the past couple years. If you see a button next to them, that means they are public and you can get them now. Or they're either private use or they're pops that might be coming soon, so be sure to check back often. Wait, you kind of be able to check back often, yeah. These are pretty much, again, more pop figures I made. Some of them are more newer. Of course, as you see, yeah, these rooms would pretty much be easy to speedrun, but of course, we're still going to shut them off. Just give it a bit for it to load. Because, you know, load times in here, immaculable. Or whatever the words are. I don't know words. I totally know English. Just gotta give it a bit. Maybe. There's a... Up, there we go. I had to tap out, tap back in for it to work, I guess. It's still slowly loading. But yeah. Which, just to keep things going, I'll probably just go on to the next room after this. Maybe if it wants to load. Again, you know, loading times. Totally the best thing. At the moment, yes, Toby was here, but he went to sleep. Yeah. Normally, I don't get many people here anyway, since I'm not that big of a content creator. So normally, I don't get that much attention. To stream and whatnot. Also, I hear typing. Am I in a public? I heard the chat icon. I don't know if that's part of the thing. I don't know. Maybe. Can I come in, Speed? Speed, I need this. Let me in. Doesn't want to let me in my own room. This is BS. Let me in. Okay, I know that's definitely me. And forever. We're gonna do another quick reset. As you can see, this is taking forever. I'll quickly come over here. Over here, there, that, this. There's not even much stuff in there. What the flip? Okay, so yeah, we'll just skip that room because I've already shown it before on stream, so yeah. I'll probably show off one more thing and then end the stream off. Because this is already a struggle and a half. Wants to load, that is. There we go. Alright, what's a room I have never showed off on the entirety of my Rec Room life? All of these rooms I've pretty much already shown off. Y'all have seen them plenty of times. I'm trying to find a room that I've never shown off to y'all. Here we go. Here's one. Amy's Flower Garden. And then we'll also do another room that I remember. So if y'all remember Amy's Winter Cabin, it's pretty much going to be Lower Arc. I also had different seasons set up for Amy, because of course Amy started winter. But there's also going to be spring, which is, of course, the Flower Garden. Summer, Beach Palace. And then fall was going to be Amy's Haunted Mansion, which that we did have, but the version I had kind of got destroyed, so we had to build a new version, which that never got built. So, you know, yeah. This is... Yeah, this is pretty much going to be the Flower Garden, which this room already has some progress. That's because I had one of my good friends, Kona Wave, help with the building in this room. So she helped with a bunch of this stuff. And she kind of got busy with her own things, so that's why this never got finished. But at least got started at least. And then, of course, let's go find the other room. Or at least let me try to find one more room before I go to the one that I was originally I'm gonna do before. Let me look through around my rooms. I'm trying to think. Is there anywhere else? Yeah, as you see, we had the Beach Palace, but it never got started. I will say that. So, yeah. Ignore the name. Let's see. It would be here, right. Again, let me just wait for it to, you know, load. You know, it wants to take forever to load. Wait, if I join, am I going to be the 100th viewer? That's if I load it, of course, because, you know, the game wants to take forever to load stuff. Some goddamn reason. Okay, there we go. So if me joining make me the 100th viewer of this room before shutdown. If it's so, that'd be very funny. Maybe it doesn't want to load me in, maybe. I have no clue. Apparently doesn't want to load anything in, apparently. Wants to take forever. Oh, it's slowly loading in. There we go. Yeah, so this was going to be originally the revamped version of Ames Haunt Mansion, was going to be made by Nate, Kwai, Toby, and me, of course. We got kicked the dorm room. You know, very wonderful. Let's go back in. We made 101. Damn it. Oh well. This is... Yeah, this was gonna be the revamped version of the mansion, of course. Very... almost similar to the original, but more bigger. And of course, as you saw, never run light of day, but I still have the rough draft, so if I ever want to build myself when I learn Unity or hire people to do it, you know, I have that option. And then I think after that will have been all of the rooms I haven't shown on my Rec Room Life. Yeah, everything else I would have already shown off. Yeah, there's not really much I've shown off because I've shown Pedal CF many times. Shown off Pedal Palace, of course, Palace many times. Yeah, these are just a bunch of other just different rooms and whatnot. I've shown off all these many times, so yeah. And then Inventions, I know will already like my game out, so I'm not gonna do Inventions. Y'all have seen stuff I made again, so yeah. But yeah, that will end it for this stream. That has been all the stuff that I've made in Rec Room. But yeah, just a heads up, the next 3 streams will happen next Saturday through Monday. Next Saturday and Sunday will of course be me getting rid of all of my food and cheers, because if we look at my backpack, you see that over the years, I've kind of collected, let's say, let's say we've collected quite a few stuff. And then don't get me started on cheers, which, hold up. Let's get rid of everything but cheers. And if we were to scroll down, you can also see, yeah, I've kind of collected quite a few cheers I've never accepted. So next Saturday and Sunday will be me getting rid of all of those cheers and food and whatnot. And of course, on those 3 days as well, I will be showing you little teasers to videos that I've been working on for Shutdown. And of course, on Monday, we'll spend a little more time with y'all before the game shuts down. And also on that day, we will also be doing a little Smash Productions Direct. Because of course, I'm going back on hiatus after this, but before I do, of course, I'm going to explain some insight into what's going to be happening next year. Because next year will be when I come back to content creating. That'll be fun. Yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. If you have yet, be sure to like and subscribe. Oh, let me do it. You know, like and subscribe, as there will definitely be more content like this in the coming future. I'm assuming that's probably you. This is Kitty GD, but thank you very much. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week for the finale.